FM, and of course, my first love has always been stand-up comedy, and I guess the person we have in the studio with us right now can also say that was his first love. With me joining in the studio, I have David X Macharia. I don't know why I put the X. That's
where's the X from?
David times Macharia.
David times Macharia. By the way, David is one of the best, might I say, one of the leading stand-up comedians in this great nation of ours. David, welcome to the drive-thru.
Welcome. Thank you guys for having me. Oh yeah.
David, you and I work a lot. You know, we see each other on the regs, as they say it, on the streets. But of course, everyone knows how I started into comedy. You know, I saw Angel Gurupreet come to me in a dream and tell me, Aman, you need to start comedy. How did you get into comedy, David?
Dude, I got into comedy in the most, I guess, random way. I just got a text from, our friend Brian Onjoro?
Yes.
Brian Onjoro is this guy who used to run this club called Nairobi Comedy Club. I guess he still does. And he just hit me up one day and was like, yo, I got a show at Gecko and I need comics. Him and I had exchanged numbers like a few weeks before that because I was going to stand-up shows around Nairobi and we met like that. So he texted me like a few hours before a show he had going on at Gecko Cafe. And I just showed up. I did like 5 minutes and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah.
Very boring, David.
Come on. Okay, so hold on. So how did it go the first time?
Oh, awful, man.
As it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, yeah. You gotta suck first before you get good, right? So I had like 2 minutes of material.
Jokes.
Yeah. And then I ran out of material like 2 minutes into my set, and I didn't realize how slow time moved when you're on stage. So I didn't have anything left to say, and I was like, okay, let me just see if I can dig in my brain for anything funny. And guess what? That didn't work.
You just reminded me of my first time.
Yeah.
My first time was in my university's what do you call cafe. So bombing is doing very badly in front of my Japanese lecturer. And he always gave me good marks out of just sympathy. He looked at me while I was doing terribly on stage. He's like, man, I can't make it worse for him. Let me just ease up on his Japanese marks.
What do you mean Japanese?
Wait, you
I did Japanese for one as a lesson once.
Japanese language, not that you just had a teacher.
No, I just had a teacher from Japan also.
Okay.
Mr. Konnichiwa. Now I'm lying. Well, 0758 123 444. Get in touch. Any questions you want to ask David? Because I sure do have a lot. Vinit Singh Amantrika. And David, I would like you to pronounce the last name of the singer.
Himesh Rashmiya.
Not bad at all. By the way, that was David Macharia, one of the best stand-up comedians in Kenya. And if I say, I'm saying the truth, because it takes a lot for a comedian to admit that the other comedian is funnier than him.
Yeah.
Love the confidence.
No, I agree with you. One of the best. You said it, not me.
Yeah. Okay, David, personally, we're talking about the stand-up comedy scene in Kenya. Recently we've been selling out shows. People have to book, I guess, 2 weeks in advance to come to see even a free show.
Open mic at 2 groups, yeah.
Exactly. And what are some challenges when it comes to stand-up comedy in Kenya? Personally, I think doing clean material all the time can be a challenge, because you're like, the reason I'm doing stand-up comedy so I can say anything, but there's also some art to it when you make only clean jokes. What would you say your challenges are?
My challenge, I guess, would be not getting up as much as I'd want to. And just like, certain audiences not being used to, I guess, the style of comedy, or not even the style of comedy, just like stand-up comedy as an art form. They see it as like just something they could go to and like yell stuff at, comics or whatever. Yeah, there's like a lot of heckling, and they think like that's how you enjoy stand-up. So because our style of stand-up is like pretty new.
Into Kenya, at least.
Yeah, in Kenya. So people don't really know how to consume it. Not everyone.
Don't you think that's an advantage? Because we are the first to bring it, I guess.
Dude, it's an advantage in that, in the very early days, there's not a whole lot of competition. But in in terms of people not knowing how to consume stand-up and like ruining shows, I don't think that's an advantage.
Okay, but here's my question, right? It's a lot of things on the planet, cultures, art forms, that we are embracing right now. Once upon a time, I mean, they were heckled and everything, but don't you feel that certain pride that you guys were probably the people who started a movement over here, and maybe many years from now it's going to be, you guys are going to be more of the legends who started it all over here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that's, I guess, like feeling like a legend. You're not gonna feel, legend. You're not gonna feel like a legend when you're like a year old into the thing, right? You only feel like a legend when you are a legend, right?
Yeah,
so like I guess it's not promised that that's the result, right?
Yeah.
Like it could, like a whole lot of possibilities, you know.
You speak of heckling.
Yeah.
What's the one you remember?
There's a lot I remember, but there's one that happened recently, a few weeks, like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago at the Two Grapes open mic, and it was actually it was a woman that I was warned about before I even go on stage.
I think it was me who warned you.
You warned me about it.
Front center.
Minor Marumba warned me about it. They were like, yo, there's this one lady in the audience. I want you to say something to shut her up. It was just annoying. She thought it was a conversation.
Oh, right.
That's the thing that happens a lot.
Because you break the fourth wall, and people think it's a front and back.
Yeah, they think it's like a dialogue. It's like, I'm not here to, get your ideas.
I just want to spew my ideas, and you take it.
Or not even take it, just laugh or don't laugh. It's that simple, right?
Funny thing, not all hecklers are bad. Some of them come back, right, David? Because remember, there's a heckler who heckled David some time back, but then I guess last week he came to David. He started apologizing.
Oh, is it?
Dude, we're not used to courtesy. This guy came and said sorry.
It's not even that I used to. It was so weird because it's like I don't remember this guy, right?
Right.
And then he's coming up to me. He's like, "Yo, I'm so sorry. I heckled you one show." I'm like, "Dude, you don't have to apologize because I don't know you. I don't remember that. Like, you just introduced yourself as a heckler to me, and I don't like hecklers, right?"
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, David, I'm so sorry. There was a show I came to when I was heckling you or whatever." But it's like, okay, right? Like, I don't know who you are.
Joining me in this studio is David Macharia, stand-up comedian. And if you're wondering why he has an American accent, well, it's because he went to an American school and it stuck with him. Unlike me, I went to American University and I still have this South B accent, David. How did this happen?
You went to American University. How old were you?
I don't know, 10. You know me, I'm young at heart.
You were 10 in university?
I'm smart. Anyway, David, I have the beard, bro. The beard is because I'm Punjabi. We grow up quick, man. This is how we're supposed to look like.
How old are you now, then?
12. I grow
that
backwards.
makes sense now.
So,
all right, go on.
David, we've got a few questions when it comes to stand-up comedy. And one of the questions that even I think is very interesting is, what are your thoughts on cancel culture when it comes to comedians? Do you think you'll be cancelled, and do you think comedians are allowed to say what they can say and just get away with it?
I mean, okay, so with cancel culture, it's two things, right? Because you could get canceled for something you did, or like if you broke the law. That's a popular thing I get canceled for now. That kind of makes sense, right? Because even like going to jail is like getting canceled. You're getting canceled from like real life,
from normal society.
But as a comedian, to get canceled for something you say, that's ridiculous. Because it's like the only reason I'm even saying anything as a comedian is to make you laugh. It's like, you're gonna cancel me for trying to make you laugh.
I agree. There's a context for everything.
Yeah.
You can be cancelled for saying things that are not on stage.
Oh yeah, on stage. Yeah,
on stage, anything can go.
On stage, as long as you're working towards being funny and trying to, entertain people, that's different. But like, if I can't just call myself a comedian and then come up to someone on the street and be like, "Hey, I think you're ugly and your clothes are bad. You should not be alive." That's not cool.
or you should be in jail.
Yeah, you should be in jail for that T-shirt. I don't think.
Block your Twitter, everything. Proper cancel.
On stage, I mean, like, that's our job, right? Is to try to make people, like, everything we say, whether or not it's funny or not, or whether it's offensive or not, the only reason we're saying it is to make people laugh.
It's the attempt.
Yeah.
It's the attempt.
Yeah. Everything comes from the same place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about? I have another question. How can someone become a comedian in Kenya?
Come to Blues.
Do an open
Monday. Yeah, Monday night we have open mic at Blues. Come to that. Get on stage.
So that's how you start.
I guess, or stand up for elections. Become a politician. Those guys are funnier than us sometimes. Actually,
those are the top comics. Kenya's top comics are in Parliament, not at Two Grapes.
every year we have a special 1 hour special when
every 4 years every 5 years we have a great special.
Exactly. Another question. What about female comedians? Do you think female comedians are funny? Because it is rhetoric that women cannot be funny, and some people believe in it. Some people believe that. I'm not one of them.
Some people believe that, But you're asking if I'm one of those people.
No, I'm asking what's your opinion on that?
On those people, or whether or not females are funny?
Both.
Okay, my opinion on female comedians is that if you're funny, you're funny. Whether or not you're a guy or a girl.
It doesn't matter.
Some of my favorite comedians, are women. Shiko Waidaka.
Yes, all of them.
Hilarious comedian. Mamito Yunus, Justine Wanda, 3 of my favorites.
Wanda?
Yeah.
Her name is Wanda.
Justine Wanda.
Yes.
And no, but in my opinion on people who don't think women are funny, I think you should talk to more women.
Who's the funniest woman I know? My mother. My mother is very funny. What do you think I get all my jokes
my
from?
grandmother is the most hilarious person I know.
Oh, David, what final question? What do you think is the future for comedy? In Kenya, at least. Do you think I still have a job?
The future for comedy, I think, is you get fired from the station. No,
right? Yeah.
Future for comedy. No, I think there'll be more comedians. I hope there'll be comedy clubs. Mm-hmm. I hope more Kenyan comedians have specials. I hope there was a Comedians of the World. That was a series on Netflix. They had some South African comedians. I hope more Kenyan comics get on Netflix. Not more. I hope a Kenyan comic gets on Netflix.
Gets on Netflix, yeah.
So, David, before I let you go, I want to do the cardinal sin of asking you, David, you're a comedian. So you tell us a joke, bro. I hate you. I hate people who ask, but what did you say to those people?
No. No. I would say come to a show if you want to hear a joke.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I was like, come watch me do stand up if you want to hear a joke. Yeah.
All right. I think that is the best fitting reply, because you can't just ask someone like a singer to just, you find them in a mall somewhere, and then you just tell them, hey, can you drop this song for me right now?
Exactly.
So I understand the feeling. Seriously, but thank you so much, man. It's been such a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was fun.
Thank you, David. See you in 45 minutes again.
Dude, I'll see you in 2 minutes, yeah.
Awesome.